Kristi Noem is a two-bit philandering whore, and she has about 18 worse things than that, to be abundantly clear, but I'm sort of sensing the writing on the wall. I don't think she's going to have a role in public service much longer, so I won't have a reason to come on here and talk about how she is a hoe bag and how our taxpayer dollars have actually been funding her hoe baggery for the better part of a decade. She's been married to this guy, Brian, with an O, for well over 30 years. That's like ostensibly her baby daddy and everything, but she's been fucking and sucking on this guy, Corey Lewandowski, who's been working for Trump basically since he entered politics in different capacities for like about a decade now. It's been a long ass time. I think she was still in the House of Representatives when they started doing the Grown Up Together, or as Republicans put it, doing the She Was at least 12 years old, I swear. She leaves DC because she becomes the governor of South Dakota, and instead of that ending the affair, she keeps flying her side piece out to Pierre ass South Dakota so that they can bump uglies, and I'm not talking about their fuck ass faces. So one has to imagine that Brian with an O is getting kind of tired of hearing the sound of Corey Lewandowski's shriveled ball sack slapping against his wife's skeletal ass reverberating off the walls of the governor's mansion on a regular basis. So he packed the fuck up and moved out of there like 2 years into her term as governor, and then she had the whole place to herself to be a pussy palace. This is also around the time that their fuckfest goes from like open secret to just open because they're going to these giant Republican Coachella style events like the RNC and CPAC, and they're making out just in front of everyone. They are grabbing each other's asses. She gave him like a lap dance in his seat at one of these events, and a bunch of people are saying, by the way, this is like their 2 p.m. behavior, not their 2 a.m. after several drinks behavior. So then she moves back to DC so she can be the secretary in charge of murdering and kidnapping Americans who have committed the high crime of not wanting to be murdered and kidnapped. And she, of course, gives her side piece a job in that department, a job that was supposed to be temporary. It's now been over a year. He's still there. And by the way, if and when she gets fired, it will be because of this. It will be because she is fucking Corey Lewandowski. It could get framed as, oh, because of her failures leading ICE. You and I both know Trump doesn't give a fuck about that. What Trump gives a fuck about is that his ex-friend, Corey Lewandowski, who he purposely denied any official role in the administration, got an unofficial role by way of his little girlfriend, and he's spending all of that fucking department's money and ostensibly leading it behind Trump's back. And Trump knows that the only way to get rid of Corey is to get rid of Kristi because they are attached at the groin. Whole time Corey, not even a faithful side. We know this because we know that he was coming onto a woman at a 2021 charity event. We know that because after that woman rejected him, he resorted to sexual assault and stalking, as people like him are wont to fucking do. Whole time Brian with an O, still in the picture. They never got divorced. He might have moved with her to DC, and I'm sure he's a giant MAGA piece of shit just like her, so I don't really feel bad for him, but I will say he did look at her when she had that season 1 Kate Gosselin haircut, and she was taking the family dogs out back to assassinate them one by one, and he still went down on her. And I just don't think she knows a single thing about that level of loyalty.